Hello and welcome to this review of the Southern Region Division 1 Soccer League Week 16 action. My name is Sakele Ninumalo, and on my right is Tumi Praise Zagama, and on my left is Anele, is Life Nyati. And it's been an interesting weekend of footballing action. We've seen Wange opening the gap at the top there to 3 points following their victory over Indon Sagusa by 1-0, while second placed Arinel dropped points in dramatic fashion here at White City Stadium today.
Yeah, I think it's true, Brakesa. So I think we have learned a lesson this afternoon to say who is hungrier between these two teams. You know, we saw Wange earlier on in Dosagusa. They came in and they really wanted to frustrate Wange, but in the end, Wange showing that they want to make a comeback into the PSL. Then on the other hand, you've got Arnel. They came into this one, they led by 2-0 at halftime. In the second half, they dropped the tempo and allowed Mosi Rovers back into the match. A mistake from the goalkeeper, and then in the end, an equalizer from Rain. So it means that Arnel have dropped 2 points and advantage to Wange. So at this present stage, I think Wange have really shown us that they are hungry, because they came all the way from Wange and they played a team that also held Arnel, that is into Sagusa, but they got the 3 maximum points. So at this stage, I can say Wange are the deserving team between the two, although we have got that fixture between these two teams this coming year.
So do you also reckon that at this stage the men are being separated from the boys?
Yes, I think it's now easy to say. Wange really wanted more. If you take a look at how they approached their game today, you could tell the hunger from the team, the way they are so functional as a group. Everyone fights for something. Everyone has a role to play in that team, and you could tell that they really want to get back. And coming back to the game that we just witnessed now, Arinel versus Mosi Rovers. Arinel dropping 2 crucial points at a very crucial moment when they are traveling this coming weekend to Wange. But again, I'll attribute that to a lot of things happening. Today there are changes, they're called Sarani coming in and making that howler. It's such a crucial moment, but I think maybe it's just that case of one not having enough game time. You get so complacent with being the second choice, and then when you are thrown into the dugout, because you could tell there was a distance between him and the strikers. Why did he want to clear that ball? There was no need for him to try and clear that ball. The only thing there is to try control it, play it with confidence. But it's mistakes in a game of football. But then again, you take a look, you lead 2-0 up. The next thing that you should be doing is just manage the game. Today, Arnel failed to manage the game. They failed to manage the game, because if you take a look at second half, you could see them sitting a little bit back, and Mosi Rovers kept propping. That is why such mistakes were committed at the back. Because if you sit back, that's what happens. You sit back, then you're forced to, at the end of the day, you create more mistakes. But it's back to the drawing point, as they always say. We are waiting to see what's the next move from the Arnel technical team. I'm sure they have enough brains there in that technical to really try and pull this one out of the mud. But I would really say this one is going to be a tough one to really break that Wange team. It's a train that is really running away. So it remains to be seen. But as they always say, football will kill you real death, man.
Well, they've opened a 3-point lead, and they've got a game in hand, and they're going to be playing Arinel in their next fixture, that is Wange Chipangano. Do you reckon maybe next week is a weekend whereby the contenders are going to be separated from the pretenders?
Yeah, I think Brakesa, next week will be a litmus test for Arnel, especially for this team that they have. We have talked about the depth that they have. We have said that they've got depth. Anele has talked about the technical team, that it has got the brains. So now they are going to Wange. Everything is against them. They are behind on the log. They've dropped points. Wange are doing well. So right now they've got their work cut out. So I think the message when they are going to Wange is that prove yourselves. If they are really a team that can make it to the PSL, then that is the game that they have to prove them. So they've got no option but to go there to Wange and just prove us wrong, because everything is against them. So I think they will just go there to Wange with the same mindset, to say that we just want to prove that Arnel wants to play in the PSL. But when I look at how Wange has been playing, especially when they are coming to Bulawayo, they are just hungry for a quick return, and we know how Colliery Stadium is for opponents. That's a fortress.
Yeah.
So Arnel right now have got a mammoth task. They've got a mountain to climb when they go there. But with the quality that they have, it won't be a surprise for me if they can go there and get something positive out of that one, because at the back of my mind I can sense some complacency from Wange. You know, when they look at the log, when they look at how Arnel has played this afternoon, and also the fact that they are doing well at the colliery, the only enemy for them will be complacency. Otherwise, I think Wange is just a train that is, you know, moving forward and smashing everything that is coming on its way. So we have got a game on our hands as we head to that fixture bracket.
Well, so far so good for Wange, and I think they are showing that you don't necessarily have to play well to get a result. What matters for a team to win a championship is to be able to scrap results, and also good game management, which was lacking here today for Arnel Movers. So there's still a lot to learn, maybe from the technical team itself, because we've spoken about how there is a lot of depth when it comes to Arnel Movers. We've got players that have seen duty in the top flight, the likes of Abo Charlton Siamalonga. They've been there in the top flight and played at the highest level. Even the goalkeeper was missing today. Winston Chiwetu is also played in the top flight there, but maybe they are missing those key players that will help the team to get a result even when the odds are stacked against them. Because when you look at Wange, for example, we saw earlier Kenan Nkomo being able to control the tempo of the game, being able to control the pace of the game, so that at the end of the day they come up with a good result. So maybe still a long way to go for Arnel Movers, despite the wealth of talent at their disposal.
Yes, Prakesa. You see, whenever you bring in seniors into the team, you expect them to deliver, like what Kenan Nkomo is doing so far for Wange. He's playing a major role there, and it's what is also needed out of these Arnel senior players. You need such people who are going to be able to be the brains of these youngsters in tough times. But coming back to today's match, I think most Rovers came back a better team. They had a better strategy, because you could see now they shied away from their route one that they were playing in the first stanza. Second half, they were moving the ball around through the wide areas, and from these wide channels, it is where everything happened. Yeah, they started winning fouls. They started winning corners, and at the end of the day, you know, certainly you're going to get something out of that. Arnel really needed to respond to that, and I asked myself, why late changes when you are part of the chasing pack? But well, those who are at the technical bench might know better. But kudos to Mosi Rovers. Mosi Rovers.
Well, interesting that a man who was on his own on the bench managed to turn his team's fortunes around. That is the Mosi Rovers coach, because at some point he ended up being and on the other hand, we saw a full complement of the bench at Arnel there. But well, it happens in the game of football. And talking about coaching changes, the return of Laveti Mabunda to quality foods, bringing about a change in fortunes because they managed to win today, beating Binga Pirates.
You know what? You remember just this past week on our review, we were talking about Morris Mkwiti being at the helm there, quality foods. But unfortunately, it hasn't been really confirmed if Lavet is there back full time. But being there today on the bench, back at quality foods, the team that he built all the way from under 20s all the way to Division 2 and gaining promotion to this Division 1 league, and coming away with 3 points, really, it's a story there. It's a story to be told. It's a story of football. You then wonder, were the boys really failing to deliver, or was the problem in the coach, or what? But well, only they know. But I would say most probably his return, understanding that he is with these boys, because some of those boys they've been with the coach for a very, very, very long time. Yeah. I'm sure it might bring a positive to the team, and hoping to see what in these coming weeks they're going to produce. Well, tough luck for Binga, who lost again on Wednesday. They've been here the whole week in Hawaii for these 2 games. But well, it's a game of football. It remains to be seen what next for quality. What next?
As Zimbabwe Saints also continues to struggle to losing 3-1 to Indlovenia Taylor.
Yeah, it seems like there is no redemption for Chauya Chikwata. Yeah, they posted a good result on Good Friday when they beat Mainline, and we thought maybe with Lloyd Munanga now at the helm, maybe something different was going to happen to Chikwata, but the struggles are continuing, Brakesa. But I think full marks to the team that beat them in Slovenia Taylor. That's one team that I had tipped at the start of the season to say we should look at them. They can make a serious claim for the title. But it's unfortunate along the way. I think they had a bad start, but they started to string quite a number of good results. And you look at them and their position, they've got some games in hand and they're slowly rising up the ladder. Even though in the end they might not necessarily be there to win it. But I think that's one team that has been playing well in the ZIFA Southern Region Division 1, that is in Slovenia Taylor. So full marks to them for this victory, but for Chikwata, it's tough times. I don't know if for the drawing boards, how many are needed, Brakesa, because week in, week out it's a drawing board. So maybe they will run out of the drawing boards because they are running out of coaches. They are running out of week in, week out to see different coaches. They will eventually run out of the drawing boards that they always go back to. So it's interesting, Brakesa, in the ZIFA South African Division.
Yes, we saw also Talent Vision going back to winning ways. They won against Poso 90 in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I was talking to me earlier just today. I was saying that one, it was always going to be a tough one for Poso 90. Not taking any credit away from them, but it's not easy to go to that Philadelphia stadium and come out victorious there, and it's not easy to really gain points out of that Philadelphia. But well, Talent Vision, a team on the roll now. The team is gelling well together. The team is coming out well. The output that they've been producing so far, it tells you a story. But again, I will not take anything away from Poso 90, a very sound project that Coach Mabalega has there. The only thing that I will keep saying that it really needs to be maintained and make sure that those boys are properly groomed for the elite stage. Well, Talent Vision, it's a gain for them. They might not say they are chasing, but there are so much expectations when it comes to Talent Vision. It's a huge investment there, and a lot of things. And it's also a squad with a depth, and it's also a squad which is a technical bench that goes deeper than the Indian Ocean, or if I put it that way. So I think it remains to be seen how the coming games unfold, because at the end of the day there are going to be changes here and there. If you take a look, Kenyatta still has two games in hand. Iwange has a game in hand, and so we'll see how it goes up there.
But it's congratulations to all those that won, and it's back to the drawing board for all those that lost. But it's been week 16 of the Southern Region Division 1 Soccer League, and it's looking good for Wange Chipangano. And this coming weekend, well, they have a chance to further extend their lead, because they'll be taking on a second placed Arnel, and also it's a chance on the other hand for Arnel to maybe try and cut that gap between them and the log leaders. Well, it's been your week 16 review. Sakele Ningumalo, Dumi Praise Lagama, Easy Life, Anele, and behind the camera there, Umozi. Until we meet again next time, it's cheers.